We'll bring our news back to Gauteng now, where President Cyril Ramaphosa will brief the media this afternoon on the Public Protector's report on allegations that he breached the Executive Ethics Code. Well, this relates to the R500,000 donation to his 2017 ANC presidential campaign, this from Bosasa. Our reporter Garvin Whittles is at the Union Buildings, and he joins us live now just to, of course, brief us on what we can expect. Garvin, thank you so much for joining us. I suppose let's give context in terms of what the Public Protector's report had found against the president.
Well, it made a range of findings and, of course, suggested a remedial action, and this all stems from the question to the president by Democratic Alliance leader Mmusi Maimane, in which he asked about the 500,000 rand donation to his campaign from Bosasa. Of course, that has ballooned into an investigation which uncovered that between 800 and 900 million rand had been spent on the campaign of the former president to be elected ANC president in 2017. That is according to the Public Protector, Busisiwe Mkhwebane. And she found that the president had deliberately misled Parliament in his answer to Mmusi Maimane and his subsequent correction. And she also found that there may be prima facie evidence for money laundering that took place. And that's, of course, upon her investigation into the different accounts. There's 3 of them related to the Cyril Ramaphosa campaign in 2017 ahead of that ANC conference. But more damaging are her remedial action that she refers to Parliament. She's asking the National Assembly Speaker Thandi Modise to refer the President to the Ethics Committee in Parliament, claiming that he violated the Executive Ethics Act. And furthermore, more damagingly, she says that the National Director of Public Prosecutions, Shamila Batoy, should investigate the prima facie evidence of money laundering, and then an allegation of state capture by Busisiwe Mkhwebane, questioning 3 donations that were made between March and September of 2017 into the trust account of the president, saying that these donations may have been made with an expectation of getting something in return, and questioning whether this is state capture. Those are the remedial actions and the findings of the Public Protector. But of course, the president has also responded.
Indeed, he has. What's been their response so far? I mean, obviously we expect a media briefing today from the presidency, but so far, what has been their response?
Well, the president has responded on a number of fronts. His first assertion is that the Public Protector didn't have the jurisdiction to investigate the activities of the Cyril Ramaphosa campaign fund, saying that once she had established that his son Andile had done work for Bosasa, African Global Operations, that she should have left the matter there. But of course, the Public Protector saying that because the president was deputy president at the time, he had a responsibility to declare the funds that were coming in to his campaign. Furthermore, the president says that the donation that came from Bosasa actually came from Gavin Watson, the CEO of Bosasa, and it was made in his personal capacity. That donation was above board because it was Gavin Watson who transferred the money into another account, which is managed by his accountant and tax advisor, Piet Venter, who then transferred the money to Cyril Ramaphosa's foundation, donating the money to his campaign, and saying by those sequences of events, it should be Gavin Watson that's investigated for money laundering and not the president. But of course, the president also says that while he was running this campaign as deputy president, the campaign managers took the decision not to inform him about who these donors were, and that they were essentially in charge of the operations while he continued in his duties as deputy president. Those have been some of the points from the preliminary response from the president. Of course, we're expecting more.
And Governor, I think the whole country has been wondering whether, the president will appeal, review the Public Protector's report or not. I suppose we find out today.
Indeed, there are a number of issues which the president would probably clarify here, and some of the questions that remain is whether or not he, as deputy president, had a responsibility to declare funds which were being solicited from donors for his election as ANC president, and whether there was any undue benefit accrued to him. by the mere fact that he was elected ANC president off the strength of his campaign, which was funded by a number of sources. But of course, we're expecting to hear more from the president and some details, hopefully, about exactly who these donors were. We're not sure whether we'll get an answer on who the person was that made 3 consecutive donations between March and September and a response to this allegations of state capture. But it's about 30 minutes or 45 minutes until the president addresses the country in response to the public protector's report. I think he'd be better placed to respond and give some more details about whether court action will loom and exactly who these donors were.